100,000 hours? You guys have been watching us for 100,000 hours this year? That's really insane to think about. Like, really insane. Because honestly, it's not easy. I mean, the amount of builds we ship to take out time in that and actually shoot compelling videos which actually educate you and not just say, ये इतने लाख का build है या उतने लाख का build है. ऐसा करते तो ज़्यादा view आ जाते. But despite all that, we do it simply because there are things that people should know and appreciate. And because of you guys who've been following us all these years, 8 years in fact, and watching us and liking our content, we've been able to help more than 5 million people with their builds. So a huge thank you to each and every one of you who watched our channel. Keep liking and keep sharing because we're just getting started. And just like that, for the past 3 years, we continue the ritual. We do a top 10 rewind. Now starting off with number 10, 7800X 3D with a 4070. Looks pretty unique, doesn't it? Completely white motherboard. Completely white motherboard, completely white case, completely white cooler. It just had to be done every single year. Now number 9, like every other year, for the past 3 in fact, we have an all ASUS build, an all ASUS ROG build. It just has to be done with different components every single year. And let me tell you, it looks pretty damn awesome. Another thing that's awesome is the lighting control on this. Controlled by just one software, it actually looks pretty sick. So number 8 is a liquid cooling build. Now every year we have these amazing machines crafted, handcrafted I might add, which look amazing. Liquid cooling का बात ही कुछ और, and it just has to feature in a top 10. मतलब ज़रूरी है. This reverses climate change by the way. The specs on your screen looks pretty amazing. The whole video is also there on our YouTube. So yeah, this is brilliant. Now number 7 is a build you get when you have unlimited budget and a guy who wants to build it the best possible way he can. Yeah, दिखने में भी अच्छा, काम में और अच्छा. It's a workstation build, 13700K liquid cooled with a 4090. Looks pretty damn good. Even though you'll probably need a bigger table than this. बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत ही बढ़िया. हाँ, now number 6. It was built in the amazing Pantex NV7. The funny thing about this build is it has a green tube for your graphic card and a blue tube for your Intel processor. Smarts. But yes, this looks pretty amazing. The bends are not so straightforward as you can see. They're at an angle because the radiator is at an angle. And yeah, it was pretty amazing to build this as well. Now number 5, we have a Corsair 1000D build. It has an amazing 30 fans, bro. 30 fans. If the case wasn't that heavy, it would probably lift it up. And yeah, the looping is the looping. It's kind of a loopception thing we love. It's the spiral thing is going in, and let me not explain that. It looks good. You can see the video. Dekh lo bhai. So number 4 is a build with 2 RTX A6000s. Not 1, 2. It's a Threadripper build. It's a workstation build. Who says workstations can't look sick? This looks pretty amazing. And guess what? This costed a whopping 18 lakh rupees when it shipped out. 18 lakh. Harrier aa jati bro usme. Harrier aati hai kya? Aa jayegi. And number 3, we have a build in the amazing cabinet N2 Pro 2. It can support up to 8 GPUs. This has 2 ADA A6000s, not 1, 2. And each ADA A6000 is probably more than my yearly salary. Yeah, I'm poor. It has 2 ADA A6000s, ADA series wale. Like pretty expensive cards in demand due to AI ML being all the rage these days. And let me tell you, this can actually fit up to 8 of these cards. Pretty brilliant if you ask me. And number 2 is the build we shipped with the NVIDIA L40S. Now get this card itself is 12 lakh rupees. 12 lakh rupees. Specs are on your screen. It's a server build. This cost a whopping 25 lakhs. We never thought, कभी नहीं सोचा 25 लाख हम build बेचेंगे. You know, Innova आ जाती है इसमें. Innova. 7 people can sit and travel India in 25 lakh rupees. But guess what? You can probably achieve much more on a build like this. And finally, we have a Threadripper build with 2 4090s, a pair of these builds. And guess what? This was all liquid cooled. This has probably not been done in India this entire year. In fact, शायद world में भी नहीं होगा. Maybe नहीं, world का नहीं बोलते हैं. हो गया होगा. एक दो चिंकी लोग कर लेते भाई. This build has a Finance N5WX, 2 4090s. It's all liquid cooled. And the temps are brilliant. This is going to be used for AI/ML. This actually shipped to Bangalore. It's one of the most amazing projects that we did this year, and we had a lot of fun doing it. And once again, thank you for watching this video and sharing this amazing year with us. And yeah, like every other year, cue to bloopers. Hello. But what if आपको सिर्फ एक chwat, but these language more. Okay, so very quickly let's run through the specs. जैसे थूक निकलता आता है वो GPU and accelerated effects. you based on your we suggest at least a 500 GB NVMe SSD. We suggest at least a 500 GB NVMe SSD. GPU and accelerated effects. Now comparing this to coming to the electricity cost, it works out approximately to be close to 25 to 26,000. GPU and accelerated. Doesn't matter if you're just trying to make a logo or what the fuck is going on in the script. GPU and accelerated effects. Choice of components will vary. Vary. Fuck. GPU and red. Why? Why is our light red? Because it's accelerated effects. It's an AMD card. Wow, big surprise. Much wow. So before we actually talk about the GPUs themselves, a quick note. Lion, tiger, chalna bhai. So you'll need to go for NVMe disk drives since hard drive sealing sheets. Chalna bhai. Sorry. Utne sare part and we are running out of time. We are hungry and we are sleepy. And we're trying to do a lot of work. राजा से बाय. अब सोशल मीडिया वाले बोलेंगे कि अहमद सर आपने सही व्लॉग क्यों नहीं किया? Fuck you guys. GPU and accelerated effects. Fake. GPU and accelerated effects. कट कर दे पूरा शुरू से करेंगे तुम्हारा. Fucking shit. Nonsense.